Jeremy Goyer may look like a typical
Jeremy
14-year-old boy, but stand next to him and you may feel a little small and find yourself looking up, way up. At 14, he's 7'3" and counting.
His greatest assets, beside him being tall, is actually his work ethic, and he's really competitive.
But where he really gets attention is on the basketball court.
It might be a curse, bro, because them 7'6" or 7.
You've seen him dunk on middle schoolers 100 times, but that's not why scouts are losing sleep.
Who
See,
is Mama and Father?
everyone knows Jeremy Goyer is 7 feet 6 inches. What they don't know is whether that's a blessing or a curse. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Only 10 players, 7 feet 5 inches or taller, have ever played in the NBA. Most of them flamed out.
Them knees.
Jeremy just turned 15. He's no longer a viral curiosity. He's playing against real competition now, and the next few years will decide everything. So in this video, I'm breaking down his actual game and answering the only question that matters. How good is Jeremy Goyer actually? But first, we need to talk about why he's not like the other Giants.
But he looked kind of agile. He looked more agile than the other ones. I ain't gonna lie though. You know what I'm saying? But he's still 7'6". Them, you never know, bro. To be honest.
Let's address the elephant in the room. Being 7 feet 6 inches in the NBA sounds like a cheat code. In reality, it's almost a death sentence. Only 9 players in NBA history have been listed at 7 feet 5 inches or taller. Of those 9, only Yao Ming became an all-star. Manute Bol and Gheorghe Muresan had decent careers, but that was 30 years ago. The game has changed. Taco Fall dominated college at 7 feet 6 inches. He played 37 NBA games, and now he's overseas. The uncomfortable truth, the taller you get past 7 feet 6 inches, the harder it becomes to have a real NBA career. So why should Jeremy Goyer be any different? Most Giants get discovered at 15, 16 years old. Some scout spots them, realizes they're freakishly tall, and ships them to America to learn basketball from scratch. Basketball isn't their dream, it's their lottery ticket. That's not Jeremy. He started playing at 6. Long before anyone knew he'd be one of the tallest kids on the planet, he was already obsessed with the game. He didn't idolize other Giants. He idolized Giannis Jokic. Players with skill, vision, feel. His family isn't even that tall. Jeremy is a genetic outlier.
Well, his mama's like what? If he's 7'6", his mama's probably like what? 6 foot 5'11". Dang, he grew up there. Ain't no way, man. God be blessing the people that he not, bro.
His parents ran medical tests, worried it might be gigantism. Every test came back clean, just extraordinary genetics. Now his growth timeline, because this is where it gets scary. At 10, Jeremy was 6 feet 5 inches. By 14, he shot up to 7 feet 3 inches. This past summer, another spurt, 7 feet 6 inches. He's still just 15. For comparison, Victor Wembanyama at 14 was 6 feet 10 inches. Jeremy at the same age was already taller than Wemby is right now.
Y'all think he could grow up to be 8 feet? Like, is that even possible?
If he follows Olivier Roux's trajectory, we're looking at 7 feet 10 inches minimum.
17.
If he exceeds it, we might be talking about the first 8-foot basketball player ever. Most Giants learn basketball too late. They never develop real skills because they're playing catch up their entire careers. Jeremy had skills before he was the tallest kid in the world. That's the difference. That's what makes him worth analyzing. But stories don't score points. Let's break down what Jeremy Goyer can actually do on a basketball court.
Let's see it, man.
Look, we've all seen the highlights. The dunks where he barely has to jump.
Ew.
Look, we've all seen the highlights. The dunks where he barely has to jump. The tip-offs where his opponents don't even bother contesting. The blocked shots that look like a grown man swatting away a child's attempt. Yes, it looks unfair. Because it is unfair. He's playing against kids 2 feet shorter than him. But if you look closer at those same clips, you'll see something else. Something that separates Jeremy from every other viral giant. Let's start with the positives.
You got handles?
His mobility is genuinely shocking for someone his size. Most 7'6" players move like they're walking through wet cement. Jeremy doesn't. He's fluid, coordinated. He can actually run the floor without looking like he's about to collapse.
For
His
real,
ball
though, I
handling,
ain't gonna lie.
way more advanced than it should be. There's film of him taking it coast to coast, crossing half court, making decisions with the
now
ball
that's
in his
crazy.
hands.
See, that's crazy.
That's not normal for a player this tall. Most giants can barely catch a pass cleanly. His shooting form is clean. Natural release, good mechanics, doesn't look forced. And his footwork in the post already shows signs of real moves, not just catching and dunking because he's taller than everyone. But maybe most impressive is his feel for the game. He makes reads. He finds open teammates. He understands spacing. That basketball IQ comes from years of actually playing, not just being tall. Now let's be honest about what needs work. He's still rail thin. At the high school and college level, stronger players will move him off his spot. That's just physics. His conditioning is a question mark too. He can't play heavy minutes yet without fading. His perimeter defense against quicker guards, completely untested. And here's the big one. Most of his film is against vastly inferior competition.
Yeah.
It's easy to look dominant when you're a foot taller than everyone on the court. His shooting looks good in warm-ups, but can he hit consistently against real defenders closing out? His 46% field goal percentage at the FIBA AmeriCup isn't great when you're the tallest player in the tournament. But here's the thing. He's 15 years old. Go look at what Wemby looked like at 14. Skinny, uncoordinated, nowhere near the player he is now. Jeremy hasn't even begun to physically mature. If he adds 30 to 40 pounds of muscle while keeping that mobility and coordination, the ceiling becomes terrifying. The raw materials are all there. The question is development, but skills in a vacuum mean nothing. The real test is competition. And for the first time in his life, Jeremy Goy stepped into the deep end.
The deep end, the real competition. I want to see him go and get some real people, bro. He going against
This
kids.
past summer, Jeremy got the call. Team Canada wanted him for the FIBA U16.
Bro, why all these 7'6" come from Canada, bro? Bro, how, bro? Like, Edie, the dude who just went to Florida, not him?
AmeriCup. Now, if you don't know what that is, think of it as the Olympics for under 16 players across North and South America. Real international competition. Real stakes.
Okay.
A completely different game than AAU showcases and middle school highlights. And here's the thing. Jeremy wasn't just on the roster. He was the youngest player there. A 14-year-old competing against kids who were 16. Some of them already committed to D1 programs, some already training at elite prep schools for years. This was the moment we'd find out if the hype was real. So what happened? He started, not as a token gesture. He earned it in practice and got the nod from day one.
Oh!
Against Puerto Rico,
Hold on.
Jeremy put up 6 points and 6 rebounds on 60% shooting in just 10 minutes. Solid. Against Brazil, another steady game. 5 points, 5 rebounds in 13 minutes. Then against Mexico in the quarterfinal, he added 4 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and a block.
I need more
Nothing
than 5
flashy.
rebounds, bro.
But he was contributing. Canada kept winning. And before anyone expected it, they were in the gold medal game. Against Team USA. Let's be clear about who Team USA brings to these tournaments. These aren't just good 12 high school prospects. Kids who've featured lottery picks. Top-ranked high school prospects.
Yeah.
Kids who've been in elite development programs since they were 12. Jeremy played 5 minutes. He didn't score. That was the toughest competition he's ever faced in his life. And it showed. But before you write him off, let's add some context. He was 14, playing against 16-year-olds. He had never experienced anything close to that level of athleticism, speed, and skill. And he jumped straight from Canadian youth basketball into international play with almost no transition. Compare that to Olivier Riou, who everyone loves to measure Jeremy against. When Riou played U16 AmeriCup, He was already 15 and had been training at IMG Academy, one of the best basketball programs in the world. Jeremy showed up with none of that preparation. And yeah, he didn't dominate, but he didn't drown either. He held his own in practices, he contributed in games, he competed. The experience gap is something you can close. The physical tools he has, you can't teach those. Now here's the interesting part. If you watch his highlight reel from the tournament, it looks incredible. Blocks, dunks, flashes of real skill. But his actual numbers, 2.5 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, nothing that jumps off the page. That gap between highlights and stats tells us something important. Jeremy Gohler is still raw. The consistency isn't there yet. But the flashes are very real. So where does he go from here? Because the next 2 years might be the most important of his basketball life.
Get faster and stronger, bro. That's what he need to work on.
So what's next for Jeremy Gohler? The expectation is that he moves to the United States for prep school, and the most likely destination, IMG Academy. If you followed basketball prospects at all, you know IMG. They have a track record of developing giants specifically. Zach Edey trained there before becoming a two-time National Player of the Year and NBA lottery pick. Olivier Rioux left IMG and won a national championship as a freshman in college, but didn't play any minutes until this year. Even Satnam Singh, the first Indian-born player ever drafted, came through their program. IMG has world-class facilities, specialized coaching, personal nutritionists, strength and conditioning staff who know exactly how to develop a body like Jeremy's, and most importantly, they have competition. Elite players who will push him every single day. No more dominating kids who are a foot shorter. At IMG, he'd face future pros in practice. That's where real development happens. Now, his father has hinted that overseas development is also on the table.
His mother and his father both 5'5", bro. Short, bro. How did he get blessed with genetics like this, man? Like, how, bro?
Europe has produced some incredible big men over the years. Dirk, Pau Gasol, the Jokic brothers, all came up through European systems that prioritize skill development and basketball IQ over raw athleticism. There's a real argument that path could benefit Jeremy, but wherever he ends up, the mission is the same. The next 4 years are about one thing: turning potential into production. So let's talk scenarios. Best case, Jeremy adds 30 to 40 pounds of muscle while keeping that mobility and coordination we talked about. His shooting develops into a legitimate weapon, not just good form, but consistent production from mid-range and beyond. He becomes a two-way force, a rim protector who can also stretch the floor. A nightmare matchup for anyone. Picture a player who can guard the paint, step out, and hit threes and facilitate from the high post. That's the ceiling. In that world, Jeremy Gohler enters the 2029 NBA draft as a potential lottery pick, maybe even number 1 overall. We could be looking at someone who completely redefines what's possible at his size. But here's the other side. History is brutal to players this tall. Every inch you grow past 7 feet 6 inches, historically, decreases your chances of having an NBA career. The injury risk goes up. The wear on your joints compounds faster. Careers get shorter. Feet, knees, backs. They weren't designed to support frames this large through the grind of professional basketball. Jeremy could peak in high school. He could struggle against elite college competition. He could end up playing overseas, making good money, but never reaching the league. Another viral giant that came and went until the next one shows up. That's not pessimism. That's the reality of what he's up against. So how good is Jeremy Gohler actually? Right now, he's raw, inconsistent against real competition. His stats at the highest level he's played don't jump off the page. But the flashes are undeniable. The tools are elite. The basketball instincts exist. The work ethic has been there since he was 6 years old. He's not a finished product. He's not even close. But he might be the most intriguing prospect on the planet. Is he the next generational talent?
Hell no.
Too early to say.
Generational talent, bro? Hell no, bruh. No. He generational talent. He been averaging 60 at 7'6".
Is he just another tall kid
14
who'll
years
fade
old.
away? Too
Y'all
talented
be
to
using that word
dismiss.
generational too lightly.
The only thing I know for sure is this. We're going to be watching. And speaking of watching, but I want to know what you think. Where does Jeremy Gohler end up? NBA All-Star?
He could be NBA All-Star. Nah, hell no.
Overseas journeyman?
He could make it to the league, bro. He could make it to the league. I'm not gonna put it past him. He could make it to the league because he's more agile than the other ones, bro. He more agile, bro. But you just, man, they don't never get as fast as they should, bro. Get faster and stronger early, so you ain't gotta wait till you get to college and be able to get stronger and faster. Then you'll be already ahead of people, bro. But look, man, like, comment, subscribe, man. Y'all want to see more videos on this dude, bro, or more videos like this? You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments, and I got y'all no cap.